Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Monday, August 4th, 2025. So we started off August pretty volatile. Saw a 100-point drop on Friday, and we saw a 100-point rally today. So I was anticipating that we were going to get some kind of retracement. I put that in yesterday's video because of the bullish divergences that we had. I thought it was going to be a little more volatile than what it was. I thought we were going to come up, retrace, and go up. But after, we really just it kind of melted up. We didn't, you can see here, these were the retracement levels I had. So we kind of made it to the 38% within the first 10 minutes of trading. And then once we got up towards the 50% range here, we kind of just went sideways. But you can see every time it touched the 200-day moving average on the 5-minute chart, buyer stepped in, and then really it was this last really 20 minutes when they put it on. So we have right here, you can see where we closed was right at the 200-day moving average on the 15-minute chart. So if they get above that, what we're going to be looking at is really the next. Probably the easiest way to do this is through the fibs. So if they continue higher, you can see we have kind of price resistance here as well as the 62% retracement. So anywhere between the 63.36 and the 63.45. So what typically will happen is if they're going to continue higher, they're going to gap over these levels, and then from there we're going to have to keep an eye on the 63.82, because if the bears fail to hold that down, then we're just going to be going up and making new highs. And if that happens, now what we want to look at is this would be the way that I would kind of change the wave structure. It's like I said, I'm leaving it where this could be a 5 because if we take out these lows, then what's going to happen is we could continue lower on that. But if it doesn't, then what's going to happen is we're just going to remove this, and this is going. This is going to be our wave 3 right here, and then we just made the wave 4. And we'd make a wave 5 up. But once this hits, that's when we would probably see a deeper move to the downside. And it could be anywhere from 5 to 10% and make sense. So right now I'm leaving this. Sorry about that. I'm leaving this as is, saying, okay, it's a 5 unless we take out these highs. So that's that part. Now, on the hourly chart, you can see we got very, very overbought right here. Again, landed right at the 50-day moving average on the hourly chart, and on the 15-minute chart, we made it to the 200. So if they gap above it, the next spot we're going to keep an eye on is the 63.82. Above that, we're probably coming up and testing or breaking those highs. Now, on the downside, hang on one second. Okay, so on the downside, you can see they have the moving average support right here at the 63.16, but you have the 23% retracement at the 63.03, and then below that, this is pretty good support right here, because this was for the first bar, and then we continued lower on that, and it also matches up with the 38% retracement. So if we do get some backing and filling, we're going to come down, probably test this area here. If that breaks, then you could see 50% retracement is right near this high right here. So we have decent little support levels, and if it decides to come all the way down to the 62%, then they're probably just going to close this gap. So the gap from Friday was closed. This one's open right here, and again, we're just going to keep an eye on that right around that the 60. If it gets above here, we're going to be looking at the 63.60 area, and then the 63.67. So you can see we actually have some bearish divergences on the 15-minute chart. So there is a pretty good chance that we may get a move down and try to close this gap tomorrow. So I think we're going to have a lot of information before the market opens as far as what's going to happen. I think if there's another gap up, I'd probably be looking to fade that, but I'm going to leave that up to when we open and see where things are. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a fantastic night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.